The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Let's take a look every day at this time. OBMMI, they provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates with consumers across 42% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. Let's take a look and see what rates locked at on Friday. Unfortunately, every one of them were up on Friday. The 30-year conforming, 6.416. Jumbo, 6.563. FHA, 6.406. USDA, 6.411. And the best loan on the market for those that earned it, that would be the 30-year VA loan, 6.104. Every one of them up last Friday. Well, they've been down most of the week, so we understand that. And let's take a look. 10-year Treasury this morning is up 4 basis points. S&P 500 is up 3.44. The mortgage-backed securities are down 8 basis points. Remember, when you hear me talk about the 10-year Treasury and mortgage-backed securities, when you talk mortgage-backed securities, those are always quoted in the price of the bond. So when the price goes down, the rate or the yield goes up. So the 10-year Treasury is up in yield. The mortgage bond is actually, interest rates are up on that as well. And we look to see not just what they're doing, but why are they doing it? That's really the more important number, is why is this happening? The Empire State Manufacturing Survey shows the health of manufacturing sector in New York region was reported at 31.8 for the month of May, well below expectations. Remember, 50 is an even number, so that means it's in contraction. Getting smaller is the idea of what's going on in New York State. Not good news for the markets. And let's see what else we've got happening in the markets. A lot of people are taking action. RSR two-step. Remember that website, RSR two-step. One of the reports that came out was the concept of tappable equity. Black Knight's home equity trend shows that homeowners have an average of $185,000 in tappable equity. What is tappable equity? That means that's the amount of money you can get out of your house, leaving some equity behind in a refinance. And why do I suggest refinancing right now if you've got tappable equity? Well, there's 2 reasons, and it's the RSR two-step. It's very, very simple. What that means is one of the biggest costs if you've got a primary residence, if you're getting a refinance, is cash out refinancing. That's one of the loan level price adjustments is cash out. So my thought is, and what's very common right now is, number one, if you've got debts, well, pay them off. Where credit card debt is over 20% interest right now, auto debt, whatever that is, pay it all off. We're going to get student loans are going to start coming back and having to be paid soon, I think. But pay all that debt off right now with higher interest rates. And remember, in this case, higher is better. So we look at it and we say, okay, well, I told you that on the locks on Friday, conforming loan was 6.416. But what happens if you ask your loan officer, lender, to give you a higher rate and pay for all your fees? That is doable. Why would I say, well, get a higher rate? Well, because remember, one of the other things I told you is interest rates will be lower later in this year. So the second part of the RSR two-step is you take out your equity right now. You might want to set it aside to buy other real estate. Don't tell anybody I told you. FINRA hates that. But take that money out. You might want to buy other real estate, but get your debts paid off, and then restructure later on when the loan values are lower, when the loan prices or rates are lower. Why do you get the higher interest rate now? Well, you've got that loan level price adjustment. And yeah, I get people calling me and say, well, why don't I just do it with a HELOC? Well, when you go to take advantage of the lower interest rates later in the year, it's called a cash out refi then too. So take it out now, get your debts paid off, maybe set up that emergency fund, maybe invest in some other real estate. You might even want to buy a new house for yourself or your family, and get it all done right now with the higher rate now. It's called a game plan. That's the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990.